Oh my God! Grab your biggest coffee mugs and settle in, because I'm about to spill the most explosive, earth-shattering tea that's ever rocked the reality TV world. What Melody Shari just did has sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry that are still reverberating like aftershocks from a glamorous earthquake. And trust me, you're going to need to be sitting down for this one. Picture this, darling. Everything in the world of LAMH was moving along like any other day, with its usual dose of drama and designer drama, when bam, Melody Shari, yes, the Melody Shari, the undisputed queen of reality TV, allegedly drops a bombshell so massive it makes nuclear weapons look like firecrackers. She's declared that the entire cast is prohibited from using her name, likeness, or image on the show. I'll give you a moment to pick your jaw up off the floor, because honey, this is just the beginning. Now, let me paint you the complete picture of how this deliciously dramatic situation unfolded, because the way Melody orchestrated this whole thing was nothing short of masterful. She didn't just send some boring cease and desist letters or have her people call their people. Oh no, sweetie. Our girl went full scorched earth, making this announcement so public that it spread through social media faster than gossip at a country club. The cast members, her supposed friends and confidants, found out the same way we did, scrolling through their phones over their morning coffee. Can you imagine the spit takes happening across town? And speaking of the cast's reaction, child, let me tell you about the absolute chaos that erupted. Phones were blowing up like fireworks on New Year's Eve, group chats were exploding with more drama than a Shakespeare festival, and everyone was scrambling like it was Black Friday at Bergdorf's. Some of these ladies were literally having meltdowns worthy of their own spin-off shows. Years of friendship, countless shared moments, holidays spent together, children growing up side by side, all of it seemingly erased with one earth-shattering announcement. But here's where it gets juicier than a Georgia peach, darling. This wasn't some impulsive decision made in the heat of the moment after one too many glasses of champagne at a charity gala. Our inside sources reveal that Melody had been meticulously planning this power move for months. She was meeting with high-powered attorneys, consulting with brand management experts, and strategizing with her team like a general planning a military campaign. This wasn't just a decision, it was a calculated revolution in the making. Now let's dive deep into what was really happening behind those perfectly curated Instagram posts and carefully worded press statements, because honey, the truth is more dramatic than anything you've seen on screen. Melody was absolutely exhausted, emotionally drained from years of being portrayed as the villain in everyone else's story. Every time she turned around, someone was twisting her words like a pretzel, manipulating her image like a Photoshop expert gone rogue, or trying to drag her into their messy drama for ratings. The more successful she became, the bigger the target on her Gucci-clad back grew. And darling, let me tell you about the timing of this announcement, because it was either pure genius or pure evil, depending on which side of the drama you're standing on. She dropped this bomb just days before filming a crucial episode. We're talking major storyline, all hands on deck, producers already popping antacids, kind of crucial. The behind-the-scenes panic was more dramatic than any season finale they've ever filmed. Producers were running around like headless chickens in Louboutins, trying to figure out how to salvage their storylines, rework their scenes, and keep the show interesting without their biggest star. The emotional fallout from this decision? Absolutely devastating, darling. Some cast members were completely shattered, questioning every moment they'd ever shared with Melody like they were reviewing evidence in a court case. Was every laugh fake? Every tear manufactured? Every heartfelt conversation just another scene for the cameras? Others were absolutely livid, calling her every name in the book and probably inventing some new ones just for this occasion. The betrayal cut deeper than a surgeon's scalpel, and the wounds were bleeding all over social media. But here's the tea that's really got everyone whispering behind their designer face masks. Some cast members were secretly doing happy dances in their walk-in closets. Yes, you heard that right. They were tired of playing supporting characters in the Melody show, always orbiting around her like planets around the sun. Without her around to steal the spotlight, they finally had a chance to shine on their own. But honey, be careful who you share that information with, because picking sides in this drama is more dangerous than wearing white to a wine tasting. The legal drama unfolding behind the scenes is absolutely mind-blowing. The network's lawyers are working harder than a personal trainer during resolution season, going through contracts with magnifying glasses, trying to find any loophole they can squeeze through. Meanwhile, Melody's legal team is standing firmer than a fresh Botox injection, ready to fight tooth and perfectly manicured nail to protect her rights. It's like watching Law & Order reality TV unit, but with better outfits and more dramatic confrontations. And darling, the power vacuum this has created on set is more fascinating than a Real Housewives reunion. Without Melody around to maintain the hierarchy, it's like watching a nature documentary about predators and prey, but with designer handbags and better lighting. Alliances are shifting faster than sample sale racks. Former enemies are becoming best friends quicker than you can say rolling, and everyone's trying to claim their spot as the new queen bee. The desperation is thicker than full coverage foundation, honey, and it's not a good look on anyone. The producers are in such crisis mode, they're probably keeping their therapists on speed dial. How do you edit around someone who was essentially the backbone of your show? It's like trying to make a martini without the gin. Technically possible, but what's the point? They're working overtime trying to salvage what's left of their storylines. But darling, it's like trying to put together a puzzle when someone's walked off with all the corner pieces. But here's what makes this situation truly revolutionary. Melody isn't just protecting herself, she's setting a precedent that could change reality TV forever. She's challenging the very foundation these shows are built on, questioning how they treat their stars, and forcing everyone to rethink the ethics of reality TV storytelling. She's not just standing up for herself, she's standing up for every reality star who's ever felt exploited, misrepresented, or turned into a caricature for ratings. The fans, darling, they're more divided than a divorced couple's assets. Social media has turned into a virtual war zone, with Team Melody and Team Cast going at it like it's the last designer bag at a sample sale. Some are praising her as a queen who knows her worth, a true icon standing up for herself in an industry that often treats its stars like disposable diamonds. Others are calling her ungrateful, attention-seeking, and accusing her of trying to destroy the very show that gave her her platform. The debates are fiercer than a Fashion Week catfight. Let's talk about the business side of this drama, because honey, it's not just about feelings, it's about empire building. Melody has constructed her brand more carefully than a couture gown, and she's not about to let anyone unravel her hard work for ratings. She's protecting her legacy, her children's future, and her peace of mind. Some might call it selfish, but others are calling it the savviest business move since Kris Jenner started managing her children's careers. The whispers about what's really happening behind the scenes are absolutely scandalous. There are rumors of secret meetings happening in private clubs, hidden alliances being formed in luxury spa treatment rooms, and plans being made that could shake the very foundation of reality TV. Some say Melody has more bombshells ready to drop that will make this one look like a minor tremor compared to the earthquake that's coming. And darling, let me tell you about the scramble happening at the network. The executives are popping antacids like they're candy, trying to figure out how to handle this situation without making it worse. They can't publicly acknowledge the drama because that would just give Melody more power, but they can't ignore it either because it's all anyone can talk about. They're caught between a rock and a hard place. And honey, neither option comes with a good lighting package. The remaining cast members are feeling the pressure like a designer belt after Thanksgiving dinner. Without Melody's storylines to lean on, they're having to create their own drama, and some of them are about as good at it as a vegetarian at a steakhouse. They're starting fights over nothing, making accusations that make less sense than mixing patterns in the early 2000s, and trying desperately to become the next big thing. It's like watching understudies trying to perform on opening night, sometimes magnificent but often messier than a toddler with finger paint. But here's what's really keeping everyone up at night. What happens next? This isn't just about one show or one star anymore. Melody's decision has opened Pandora's designer box, and there's no closing it now. Other reality stars are watching closely, taking notes like they're back in school, and possibly planning their own power moves. The entire industry is holding its breath, waiting to see how this all plays out. The impact on the show's production is more dramatic than a season finale cliffhanger. They're trying to edit around Melody's absence like they're performing surgery with a blindfold on. Every scene, every confessional, every flashback has to be scrutinized more carefully than a diamond at Tiffany's. The editors are working harder than Santa's elves on Christmas Eve, trying to piece together coherent storylines without mentioning the person who was essentially the sun their reality TV solar system revolved around. And let's talk about the psychological warfare happening among the cast members. The paranoia is spreading faster than gossip at a charity luncheon. Everyone's wondering who might be the next to make a similar move, who's secretly taking meetings with lawyers, who's plotting their own power play behind those perfectly made-up faces. Trust has become rarer than a genuine designer bag at a street market. The ripple effects are reaching far beyond just this one show, darling. Other reality TV stars are suddenly examining their contracts more closely than a jeweler examining a suspicious diamond. Producers across different shows are nervously reviewing their footage, wondering if they've pushed their stars too far. It's like Melody didn't just rock the boat, she capsized the entire reality TV yacht. As this drama continues to unfold like the world's most expensive origami, one thing is absolutely certain: nothing will ever be the same in reality TV again. Melody hasn't just changed the game, she's flipped the table, scattered all the pieces, and written her own rules. And whether you love her or hate her for it, you have to admit that it takes some serious courage to stand up and say, enough is enough in an industry that's built on drama and conflict. So keep your eyes peeled and your notifications turned on, darling, because this story is far from over. With emotions running higher than a socialite's hair in the 80s, legal teams working around the clock like they're trying to meet a Fashion Week deadline, and fans choosing sides like it's the last day of designer sales, we're just getting started. And trust me, honey, you won't want to miss a single second of what happens next in this real-life drama that's more explosive than anything they could have ever scripted. Stay tuned because this tea is still steeping and it's only getting hotter.